Well, the federal budget is coming next week, and housing affordability will be a big topic of discussion. For more on that, let's go to Tyler Orton from Business in Vancouver. Morning, Tyler. The big question, will it mean a drop in house prices?
Well, that's the hope, but the politicians have a balancing act. If you drop house prices too much, that's going to alienate a lot of potential voters. But Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he was in Vancouver earlier this week pledging to do something about housing affordability. And we have a new report out from BMO that suggests that we could have as many as half a dozen rate hikes from the Bank of Canada as throughout the year. And some of them will be going as much as half a point rather than the usual quarter point, all in an effort to reduce inflation. This is what's going to be top of mind for many Canadians right now. So look, we'll be seeing mortgage rates potentially going up quite a bit. So that's tough if you need to renew. And it's going to be tough if you're a new buyer on the market. All this adds up to a lot of potential that this year, those prices for homes might be going down, especially in British Columbia.
Let's hope so. Okay, from house prices to gas prices, President Joe Biden is trying to make prices cheaper for Americans by dipping into the U.S. reserves. What's the latest there?
Well, it's interesting. He's ordered the release of 1 million barrels of oil from their strategic reserve of about 600 million barrels. But this is 1 million barrels daily. He said this could go up to 6 months, which would add up to about 180 million barrels. Now, the question is, will it impact Canadians? Ultimately, the goal for something like this initiative would be to interact with global markets, make sure that, say, OPEC nations don't just taper off their own oil production, which would just leave prices stagnant where they are right now. That's not good. I would assume that the Americans, they're on top of that. So long story short, Canadians, they might not get the same benefits as the Americans will at the pumps, but the goal here is to get global prices down as well. So Canadians might be able to be looking forward to this as a result of these policies from the Biden administration.
Yeah, and with no test needed to cross the border as of today, it's a little bit easier to go get that cheap gas across the border. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler Orton from Business in Vancouver.